comfortable enough there. But my work ethic is unprecedented. So I've been working for 27 years, and I've had to reinvent myself multiple times. You thought I was going to quit smoking. I am going to quit smoking. I'm just going to need some assistance, probably, some other things, because it's a really bad addiction that I have. And it's my worst vice that I have. And considering what I've been through, I think that's good. I deserve a break with family. Yeah, I mean, I come from a broken family, so I do see it. I see, like, I do come from, like, a broken family, so it's really hard to, Sweetie, what up, baby? That's my brother. That's Uncle Jones right there. Uncle Johnny Ortega. Sweetie. Yeah, so, it's kind of scary. It's a scary thing. You gotta make changes in your life, and I gotta make changes in my life, and, so it's like, I know what I gotta do, but I just gotta do it. And the thing about me is, like, I'm not gonna hide it from you. I could easily just be like, oh, watch this for a second, while I smoke. And so, what's the story about this? The story about this is I saved a little boy's life because he almost fell off a boat, and instead I fell off the boat. And it was, my mom used to take care of elderly women in hospice and had a retirement home. And the families would come over to the house to see, like, Opal or Mildred or Pearl. And we would go take my dad and my mom would take them on the boats and stuff. And they'd come over, and they had, like, one of their little, like, great grandkids there. And he almost fell off the front of the boat. And instead, I slipped, and I hit this, and I woke up on shore with my mom putting an orange popsicle in my mouth. So, but yeah, dang, that kid better be grateful. Yeah, I don't know where he is. He never grew up and said, "Hey man, thanks for saving my life when I was 6." Never got that. It's okay though. It's all right. But yeah, so we got the baby. I'm having a baby. A beautiful, beautiful little boy with the most beautiful woman in the world. And she's the most amazing woman too. We have our issues at times, just like every couple does, but those issues aren't going to be for your knowledge anymore. It's none of your business. What goes on personally with us anymore. How is she feeling? She moans and groans and keeps me up all night long, and I sleep. She sleeps from, like, I don't know, 10 to 3 a.m. and then she's up, and then I'm losing my gourd because I'm like, I cherish my sleep. And I'm just trying to just let her go through it and just be there for her as much as I can. You know what I mean? And I'm just thinking about how I grew up, what my father did to instill in me strength, knowledge, transparency, truth, honesty, and talent, and what is he gonna aspire to be? I don't know. Is he gonna want to be like his daddy? Is he gonna take over the Carter name? Is he gonna be able to surpass me and my brother? Probably. If he takes to the piano, when if he takes to the piano, then we'll go from there. In regards to Naked Boy singing in Vegas, I had to pull out of that, guys. So, personally, I just didn't feel like it was going to be something that was going to be positive for my future and for the longevity of my career. So, I didn't think that it was appropriate, considering I'm about to have a kid, and it's nothing against the show. I don't really know much about the show anyway, but I did not want to partake in that because I did not feel like that was the right decision for my career. I'm not desperate for money, so I don't need to take jobs that could potentially hurt my career. And I have a lot of fans that have kids, and in order for them to be fans of me too, I can't do shit like that. What up, rats? Big homie. Yeah, I can't do shit. They didn't kick me off. No. So that's not what happened. I'm gonna ask my fiance who's been here. I have lots of witnesses. You can ask my agent, Roger Paul, me. There's and then also all of the shit, all the proof. But it's not about that. We're not making that about that right now. So that's another thing. As for the music is going to take precedence. Obviously my kid, my wife, fiance, wife soon. First and foremost. Second, first also is like her and Prince are one and the same, I guess. That takes the number one precedence, and then the music to I've been creating. I've been in the lab, and that's what I'm doing. I'm in the lab. I'm making music. I play you guys tracks that I'm working on, and it's a process. It's just like the Love album. This is exactly how I did the Love album. The only thing is I wasn't as good as a producer than I am now. I'm better. So, can you see the awards behind me? I don't know. Can you? That is literally 20 years being in the industry on the wall behind me. So, right there. 1997. 2007, 2017. So it's been 24 years. Just 24 years on the wall. Technically 20, because that stopped at 2018. That was the album. We got 91 million streams on Just Sooner or Later. Crazy. 91 million streams. Gold and platinum in multiple countries. So blessed that I was able to come back and fucking do it. And my theory behind the Love album was, where's the Kids' Choice Award? I gave that to one of my fans that was terminally ill. So it's with their family. As for, let's see, so the music, it's something I really have to take my time with and just focus on. I have the ability to have 2 more options with Sony Records for 2 more albums if I want, but I don't want that. I will not do business with Sony Records ever again. And they're gonna get audited in a lawsuit. So, but yeah, that's fine. One time's right. Okay. You live and you learn. You're not trying to be rude, but did I go broke? Yes, I did. Multiple times. And yeah, multiple times. And it was embarrassing. Like 3 or 4 different times in my 20s. All throughout my 20s. It was only when I turned like 30 that I started figuring it out. So I'm gonna be 34 in just a couple months, and I'm glad to say that financially I'm in a great place. I'm in a fabulous place. I can take off all the time I need, all I want. I've lived in crummy apartments before. I just was able to buy my first house just a couple years ago, 3 years ago. Then I bought my second house. Now I'm selling this one. So I profited. I bought my first house for $420, sold it for $620, $200 grand. Second house, this one, bought this for $620, selling it for $850. Put it into a bidding war, I'll get about $900. So I just keep doing that and then rolling over all the money into bigger place. But then now what I'm gonna do is go backwards. So now that I pocketed, a few $100 grand, I'm gonna go backwards, downgrade the house, and then buy a second home. So then start getting into rental properties, and just that's kind of how you do real estate. And anybody can really get started. I mean, I had the worst credit in the world, but I had the money down, so I put $105,000 down on my first house. I got a hard money loan at about 13%, and then I ended up finding a hard money loan because my credit for 8% APR and interest rate, and so that got lower. And then I refinanced everything, got my credit back to a good spot, refinanced everything, cut about $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 out of my overhead expenses every month. I am moving. Yes, I am moving. I'm not staying in California. No, my family will not be raised here. So, do I have any tips for first-time home buyers about to buy? Any tips? Just make sure you don't miss your mortgage. Check the water heater. Make sure it's not from 1997. Check the vents. Make sure that you get your own person to come in and look over the property. Hire your own people. Make sure there's a lot of things, I have a fucking gas leak going to my heater in my pool, and I have to have all the concrete ripped out. So that's from the last person. I had to replace the water heater. The first people that came out wanted a 50-gallon water heater was fucking, it was $5 grand. No, it's only $1,800, if that. Like, just things like that. I mean, did I ever have to deal with loan sharks? No, I've actually had the pleasure of working with pretty cool people. Pests want waterlogged support beams or dry rot. That is true. Check roofs, windows, air units, all your electrical systems, your irrigation systems. Where are we moving? Colorado. Yeah, Colorado. What are my top 5 artists right now? Peter Gabriel, Jim Croce, Winter Havens, Dead Mouse, and Soda Island. Probably Telluride is where I'm looking right now. So, yep. Pete Davidson is getting his tattoos removed. Well, I started with these. It didn't really hurt me that bad. And then this is coming off. I would kick the shit out of my son and so would my dad. If my dad was alive, he'd kick the shit out of me if he saw me with this tattoo. Straight up. He'd beat me the fuck up. Where do I see myself in 10 years? I see myself winning awards, selling many more records, touring all over the world continuously, like I've been doing for the last 10 years straight. Keep on rebranding, rebuilding myself, rebuilding my credibility and the respect, and gaining that back, garnering that kind of recognition, if that makes sense. Let's switch subjects. What phenols and lineage of your cannabis line? I'm really curious. I've been at 6 years. I have Chocolope and then 4 different strains that were made with my business partner, Daniel. Yeah, so and I bought those genetics from him. What about your favorite artist on the radio today? I don't listen to the radio. You guys listen to the radio? I don't listen to the radio, personally. I don't know. I don't read books. Hello, Robin. LMG Philanthropy, what's up, big dog? Boo Boo Berry. Have I found a new meaning of life now that I'll be a dad? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just feel like my dad is becoming me now. I'm becoming my father. And that's a great thing. He's a great man. He's a great man. He left us way too soon. But yeah, so I'm just remembering the way that man could get anybody to respect him by just looking at him in his eyes. And that was it. So I just been kind of like in my mind, but like in the back of my mind, and like rebuilding the chemistry and neurons in my brain, preparing for what is about to go down. So life is changed already, and it's the biggest change, and it's the change I've been praying and hoping for my whole adult life. And wondering, am I ever gonna be able to get to a point to where, like, I got my plaques up